You're listening to Kizuki, the podcast. I'm Mae Yoshikawa, and I define the Japanese concept of Kizuki as the following. Kizuki. 1. A moment of epiphany, an aha of realization or insight which opens the knower to a new dimension of truth that was formerly unknown. 2. Steps in an incremental growth of awareness, resulting in a movement from ignorance to greater awareness of the bigger picture. A kind of knowing that cannot be undone, that cannot be unrealized. As a longtime yoga and meditation practitioner, a world traveler, and curious self-explorer, I'm obsessed with Kizukis. Listen on each week for inspiring and enlightening stories that may just tip you over for your next aha. On this week's episode, Uncomfortable as Hell. Hi, people. My hope is that you're relating with me and chuckling already because some part of you anticipates what exactly today's episode is about. Yes, I have been uncomfortable as hell, and I'm guessing you've been here too. And it's not because something terrible happened or because I'm grieving. It's not because life is falling apart. It's quite the opposite, I think. So many things in my life on a deep level are finally beginning to align. And yet, underneath all of that, I've been feeling strangely untethered, naked. It's because so many of the roles I have identified with are dissolving. The endurer, the good girl, the carrier, the responsible one, the striving one. Of course I don't know who I am without them. How could I? I can barely remember who I was before these identities took hold. If all these roles were built when I was little, then I've had decades of practice being them. And the human nervous system is so clever, it's proficient at practicing them repeatedly so that they can be automated. It's like my system knows exactly how to work hard, hustle, strive, endure, persevere, and yes, be the responsible one, all without even thinking about it. Like the well-traveled path. The way is there. And so the thing I've noticed is that my mind keeps assuming, oh, there must be another path, a visible road, a role for me to choose, if not these. As if to say, okay, if not these identities, then who should I be instead? And my vivacious mind just perks up and goes, should I be the author, the TEDx speaker, the successful one? And if I'm being real honest with ya, let me tell you, while some part of my mind is entertained by these ideas, I resonate with none of them. Okay, so here's a mind-bending, probing question. What if that's just the old pattern trying to replace one identity with another? What if the me asking, who should I be instead? Tell me my job description is still the same me that's in need of a role? Whoosh. What's making me so uncomfortable isn't that I don't know who I am. Okay, that's like the first layer of uncomfortable, but that's not even it. It's that unknowing, right? The unknowing makes us all uncomfortable, especially when it's about our identity or the idea of who we think we are. But furthermore, the bigger uncomfortable is that perhaps for the first time in my life, I don't have an idea or prescription of who I'm supposed to be. There is a difference there. So imagine this. You're standing in the middle of the jungle, wilderness, and from the point where you stand, you look around and there are a half a dozen well-traveled, easy paths. These represent your previous go-tos: the endurer, the striver, the perseverer, the good girl, even the rebel. But none of these paths feel right anymore, and you realize it's time to take a new way, the yet untraveled road that's not pre-paved. You don't know where it leads you or how you're supposed to move forward. It's just bushy, and the unknowingness freezes you up for a bit. So then you look down at your feet and you realize the only task that is yours to take is the next one step in the direction that pleases you most. At this point, the opening line of Lord Byron's poem, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage, comes to mind. It goes, "There is a pleasure in the pathless woods." And I think to myself, what would bring me the most pleasure today? To write? Call a friend? Share a kizuki? Spend time with my children? What if my only duty in life is to be present and to enjoy the ride? What's fully dissolving here isn't really me, it's my former job descriptions. And if I'm not careful, the old boss shows up and it tries to convince me that my work is to rush and find a new job description, a new identity. As if to say, who will you be in the world next, Mae? And I say back to my internal boss figure, well, boss, I quit. And yet here I am in the pathless woods, somewhat frozen in place, because now my work is simply to tolerate not having a job description for 1 minute. And sure enough, that would make me feel rather naked or uncomfortable as hell. Like skinny dipping in the lake when you're afraid of being seen or called out. But wait, what could be more freeing than being in nature? That is, being in the reality of all of what is that surrounds you and be naked and freestyling in it all. 'Cause freedom, it's not meant to feel like certainty, at least not the kind you find in boxes and rolls. That means, strangely enough, the freedom you're looking for is bound to feel uncomfortable as hell at first, until the water grows on you. And you realize the water was holding you all along, and you simply get to be. Thank you for listening. If this episode resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you took a moment to rate, review, or share the show with someone who might be ready to discover that there's a name for the moments of awareness and subtle shifts they've been experiencing on their own journey. If you're curious to experience Kizuki journaling, you can explore my guided journaling sessions at maey.live under On Demand. Each session explores a single theme through just 3 journal prompts woven together with a guided meditation. If you'd like to join a live session on Zoom, sign up for my newsletter at the bottom of maey.live or kizukijournaling.com to be the first to hear about upcoming sessions. Until next time, may your next Kizuki gently find you.